Now, grant you, I partied. But there have been times when I know I was going through a lot of emotional stress.
Whitney Houston wasn't just a singer, she was a phenomenon. With a voice that defined generations, she shattered records, topped charts, and became one of the most celebrated artists in history. But while her legendary vocals made her famous, her financial journey was just as fascinating. Imagine earning millions from a single song or signing a record deal that would change the music industry forever. That was Whitney Houston's reality. From jaw-dropping record sales to groundbreaking endorsements and business deals, her paychecks weren't just impressive, they were historic. But how exactly did she build her financial empire? And what were her biggest earnings? In this video, we're uncovering the shocking paychecks that made Whitney Houston one of the highest-paid entertainers of all time. Stick around, because the numbers will leave you speechless. Before she was the global superstar we know today, Whitney Houston was a young girl with an extraordinary gift. Born in Newark, New Jersey in 1963, she grew up surrounded by music. Her mother, gospel singer Cissy Houston, and her cousin Dionne Warwick were both renowned vocalists, giving Whitney a musical foundation that would shape her destiny. By the time she was a teenager, Whitney was already performing alongside legends like Chaka Khan and Lou Rawls. But everything changed when record executive Clive Davis discovered her at a nightclub in the early 1980s. He immediately recognized her star potential and signed her to Arista Records, a deal that would lead to one of the most successful careers in music history. In 1985, Whitney released her self-titled debut album, and the world took notice. Songs like Saving All My Love for You, How Will I Know, and Greatest Love of All dominated the charts, helping the album sell over 25 million copies worldwide. This success didn't just bring her fame, it brought her an estimated $10 million in earnings. And just when people thought she had reached her peak, she was only getting started. But if you thought her debut was massive, just wait until you hear about the record-breaking album that would make her a global icon. Whitney Houston didn't just release albums, she released global sensations that shattered records and brought in tens of millions of dollars. After the success of her debut album, her follow-up, Whitney, 1987, took things to a whole new level. Debuting at #1 on the Billboard 200, it sold over 20 million copies worldwide and earned Whitney an estimated $15 million in sales and royalties. Hit singles like I Wanna Dance with Somebody, Who Loves Me, and Didn't We Almost Have It All became instant classics, helping her solidify her place as the queen of pop and R&B. Her next album, I'm Your Baby Tonight, 1990, brought a fresh sound and more massive paychecks. Selling 10 million copies worldwide, the album generated an estimated $8 million for Whitney. Tracks like All the Man That I Need and My Name Is Not Susan kept fans hooked and cash flowing in. But the moment that truly changed everything, the Bodyguard soundtrack, 1992. This wasn't just an album, it was a cultural phenomenon. Featuring I Will Always Love You, one of the best-selling singles of all time, the soundtrack sold a staggering 45 million copies worldwide. This one project alone earned Whitney an estimated $40 million, making it one of the highest-paying albums in music history. Even as the years passed, her success never faded. My Love Is Your Love, 1998, sold 10 million copies, bringing in another $12 million. Just Whitney, 2002, and I Look to You, 2009, continued to generate millions despite changes in the music industry. But if you thought these album paychecks were massive, just wait until you hear how much she made from individual hit singles. Whitney Houston's singles weren't just chart toppers, they were multi-million-dollar moneymakers. With her voice reaching every corner of the globe, each hit song meant millions in album sales, radio play, streaming revenue, and licensing deals. Few artists in history have had a catalog as financially rewarding as hers. Let's start with I Will Always Love You, Whitney's most iconic song. This single alone has generated over $50 million since its release, earning millions from radio royalties, film placements, and digital streaming. Whether it's playing in a blockbuster movie or a wedding reception, this song continues to bring in a steady income decades later. Another major hit, I Wanna Dance with Somebody, Who Loves Me, is one of the most streamed 80s songs to this day. Between licensing, streaming platforms, and royalties, this track has earned Whitney's estate more than $25 million. Then there's Greatest Love of All, a powerful anthem that has amassed an estimated $18 million in revenue from covers, commercials, and radio plays. And the list doesn't stop there. How Will I Know and Saving All My Love for You have each earned over $15 million through streaming, licensing, and live performances. Run to You, featured on the Bodyguard soundtrack, has pulled in more than $10 million over the years. Meanwhile, My Love Is Your Love has earned Whitney's estate over $12 million, thanks to streaming royalties and continued airplay. Even lesser-known tracks like Exhale, Shoop Shoop, and $1 Million Bill have added millions to her financial empire. But if you thought these paychecks were impressive, just wait until you see how much Whitney made when she took her talents to the stage with her record-breaking tours. Whitney Houston didn't just perform, she commanded the stage, selling out arenas and stadiums across the world. Her tours weren't just concerts, they were global events that brought in millions, proving that her voice alone could fill venues and bank accounts alike. Her first major tour, the Greatest Love World Tour, 1986, grossed an estimated $30 million. Not bad for a debut tour, but Whitney was only getting started. The Moment of Truth World Tour, 1987 to 1988, was even bigger, earning over $50 million and solidifying her as a must-see performer. Then came the Feel So Right Tour, 1990, which grossed $35 million, followed by the massive I'm Your Baby Tonight World Tour, 1991, which brought in an estimated $70 million. Fans across Europe, North America, and Asia packed arenas to witness her unmatched vocal performances, proving that Whitney wasn't just a studio singer, she was a live music sensation. Her biggest payday, however, came from the My Love Is Your Love World Tour, 1999. This tour spanned 5 continents and became her highest-grossing tour, earning over $100 million. Night after night, she performed for thousands, making it one of the most successful tours by a female artist at the time. Even in the 2000s, despite personal struggles, Whitney's Nothing But Love World Tour, 2010, grossed over $36 million, proving that audiences still wanted to see her perform live. But if you thought her touring paychecks were impressive, just wait until you hear about the record-breaking deals and endorsements that made Whitney Houston a financial powerhouse. Even after her passing in 2012, Whitney Houston's financial legacy continued to grow. Her music sales skyrocketed, and her estate began securing massive deals. In 2020, her estate sold a majority stake in her assets for a reported $50 million, ensuring her influence would continue for generations. Her biopic, I Wanna Dance with Somebody, 2022, brought renewed interest in her music, leading to a significant boost in streaming numbers and digital sales. With posthumous releases, licensing deals, and continued streaming revenue, Whitney Houston's estate earns an estimated $20 million per year, proving that her impact remains as strong as ever. Whitney Houston wasn't just an artist, she was a financial powerhouse. From multi-million-dollar record deals to some of the most successful tours in history, she built an empire that continues to generate millions. Even after her passing, her name and music live on, proving that legends never fade. Now, we want to hear from you. What do you think was Whitney Houston's most shocking financial move? Was it her record-breaking album sales, her massive touring empire, or her posthumous earnings? Let us know in the comments below.